1, 2, 3. I want to ask you a question. Actually, I don't want to ask you a question. I want to say something, and then you can respond accordingly. In New York City, there are more billionaires than, I don't know, maybe Silicon Valley. But there are people who are immensely wealthy. Off the charts. And then there's old money, which is a whole other world. These are people who inherited this for the most part. They have a different sensibility. They never want to show it. They never want to act gaudily over it. There is somebody who bought, I think on Central Park South, the largest, the most expensive apartment, some 5-story, for numbers that just don't even, I don't know. 500, who knows? The number, after a while, they don't matter. But listen to what I'm saying to you. This one particular, I don't remember his name, this one particular hedge funder made, like in 1 year, $26 billion or something crazy like that, okay? Okay. Do you know what these people never do? They never talk about retirement. They never say, I got 50 billion, I'm going to go and I'm going to travel. I'm going to woodwork. I'm going to go and I'm going to, make ducks, wooden ducks. Like those, Charles Schwab commercials. Hey, you've earned it. They don't retire. There's no such thing as it. Retire. They don't have to work at all. Somebody said one time, you know what their favorite day of the week is? You know what their favorite day? Monday. So they can start working again. Because they make money. That's what they do. And listen to what we do. Happy Wednesday. Oh, thank God it's almost over. The week. Happy Wednesday. TGIF. Oh, it's Monday. And you could argue, well, because we're not billionaires and we have to go through the drudgery of life. But look at the attitude of it. Look at Donald Trump. He doesn't need this. He's still fighting. It's a mentality. The difference between these people and you is not that they're smarter or whatever. It's their attitude of being involved. They're being in the game. They never stop. They may stop one project, but they keep going. You want to just throw your hands up and say, it's Wednesday. It's hump day. Look at what the internet is filled with. I went in and I had a Himalayan tea bath and I put cucumbers on and I relaxed. And I'm going to take it easy and I'm going to watch a movie. I'm going to get DoorDash and I'm going to watch, this is the attitude. I don't understand it. I've got friends of mine, who were in the radio business. The radio business is collapsing. And instead of me, I tell them, well, go online. Oh, no, I can't do that. I got to go to a radio station and park my car and go into a building and have my little pass and go in and sit behind a microphone with call letters. And then I get back into my car and I go home. But they don't do that anymore. Well, that's the way I do it. I want to start off with this. I want you to think about this. There are people who will never have to work ever. And that's all they do. They're looking for the next deal. The manager of the owner of the Mets, whatever it is, he's a billionaire. He's I'm going to get the best team. I'm going to do this. I mean, he doesn't have to do that. They have to do it. They're driven. Trump is driven. He doesn't need this. You can say whatever you want. Gavin Newsom doesn't have to do this. What does he want? How much power does he want? Why doesn't he just say, you know what, honey, let's just go on a cruise? These people, when you go on a cruise, your brain dies. You just die. It's the ultimate in mental and spiritual death is the cruise. Do you ever see these people? It's horrible. Convincing themselves, isn't this great? Oh, look, here's a port of call. We're in some place. We're going to go see a glass factory and buy some trinkets and then get back on the boat and eat, get fat, and go home. This is their life. We see these cruise ships all the time. Say, what is this? Your life is going by you. It's over with. You got one shot at this. What are you doing? What are you doing to make yourself, I don't know, I just want to, thank God it's Wednesday. It's hump day. That's it. Look at the attitude. Look at the way you think. Look at what, are you motivated? I don't understand it. There are people I know, I don't want to hang around them. I'll be 65 in August, and they're doing all this stuff. Oh, retirement. What are you talking about? No. It took me this long to get this smart. And I'm not about to throw it in and do what? What am I going to do? Sit on a beach, play golf? You play golf, you die. You die. Hey, let's go play golf. No. Let's go fishing? No. Occasionally, whatever it is. That's not my thing. And if you think Trump is playing golf all day, you're out of your mind. That's the thing. These people are different. It's what motivates them. What motivates them? Musicians. Do you think Dylan has to do anything? No. Why doesn't Bob Dylan just say, hey, let's go on a cruise? Hey, is that Bob Dylan? He could own the cruise. No. It's a different mentality. And there's two groups of people. There's the ones who just sit back and they just take it. They just watch. They're in the car and there's no participatory anything. Anything. And I've seen this. I've seen it. There's no... I know people who own businesses who are like that. Well, I can't win. Stay away from these people. I'm telling you. Stay away from these people. It takes a long time. They say, supposedly, that your brain stops developing at 25 or so. I don't know if that's true or not. But I will never understand this. There's so much going on right now that is so fascinating. And the thing that is the biggest difference, the distinction between everybody else, there are watchers and there are doers. And that's it. I want to be doing it. There are people out there, say what you want. Some of these people are mindless, but they're doing something. They're out there. And through God or happenstance, you were given this wireless mouse. No, you were given this phone, this internet. And you have the ability to do things that are beyond anybody's comprehension. And a lot of good people are doing it. Great people. And I just did a brand new video at Lionel Media about what's going on. And how you can watch the stupid stuff on YouTube, or you can watch Joe Rogan talk to Eric Weinstein about quantum gravity, about particle physics, about supersymmetry. You can hear Lex Friedman, who, by the way, will put you right to sleep. I want to see Lex Friedman interview Edward Witten, and I mean, people will just be keeling over. But it's the most powerful information. It is absolutely not glitzy or glamorous, or it's just plain old, wears a black suit all the time, and that's it. Interviews people. Millions and millions, God bless. Russell Brand interviewing Brian Cox and others. Those are the people I like. Those are the ones I like. And even somebody who wants to sit back and say, I want to make steak, I don't know about you, but I get these videos. How do you make steak? Gee, I never know. I don't know. Can you barbecue? Really? You can barbecue meat? I didn't know that. You can put it in a cast iron pan? Since when? Anyway, doesn't matter. They're out there producing. They're out there doing something. Gavin Newsom doing something. AOC doing something. Dianne Feinstein, not so sure. Joe Biden, he's doing something. They're doing something. They're out there. Donald Trump doesn't need this, but he's doing it because he's pulled. He's like the billionaire. It's not there for the money. I mean, money's okay. That's only you can only spend so much. You're in it for the game. So just remember that. Let that be your lesson today. Ask yourself, what am I doing? You're just waiting to die. Don't want to be brutal to you, but most people, they're waiting to die. I swear to God, I see it all the time. Because right now, my friends, people that my contemporaries, people that I knew who were, maybe they were in government work or maybe they're going to mandatory retirement. They're just getting fat and slow and they're dead. They died inside. I don't know what's the matter with them. I don't recognize these people. I don't know. They just sit around. They do nothing. And you can see it in there. There's no fire. And I'm thinking, I remember this guy when he was, in high school or in college or maybe out of law school. This guy was a real firebrand. And now I say, well, that's it. Can't wait. I'm hanging it up. No. That's one thing. And you have no idea. And I'm going to say this to you right now. You got to listen to me. The people that I know who for years were in radio, and I said to them, now listen, make sure when this thing closes down, okay, I don't care who it is, if it's iHeart or whatever it is, God bless them. The real secret to radio, because I love radio inside, is going to be local. Local. When you're driving and, oh, there's Glenn Beck. Oh, there's Glenn Beck. Next state, oh, there's Sean Hannity. He was in, it's 3 people. No, I don't want that. I want to hear local. That's the thing that's going to be interesting. And people who aren't necessarily radio folks. All right, enough with the lecture. You don't care about that. But I don't want to hear this. It's Wednesday. What does that mean? What does that mean? I don't know. I just say that. Because you're being dragged through life. I am not going to get dragged through life. Period. All right? Just want to give that to you. Now I want to remind you of something. And I put something up here, and they are on our. When you get a chance, there's a great group of people. Noble Gold. Right now, everybody. I listened the other day. Oh my God! I had it on the transistor in the Yugo. It's a stretch. And it was Kudlow and this guy Brian. No, not Kilmeade. Neil Cavuto. Oh, Neil Cavuto. Ooh. It's like fingernails. I can't. But they're talking about stuff. It's like, what are we talking about? Well, the GDP is up in the time. That's the development part, and the taxes, and this, but yeah, and Biden is doing it. So what does this mean? Banks are going to collapse. You don't need an expert on this. Got a great link here from my good friends at Noble Gold Investments. You read this. Go ahead. No hard sell. It's up to you. I just give it to you. I tell you these things. This idea of selling what? I sell stuff that makes sense. My Patriot Supplies, Prepare with Lionel, emergency food. Remember a while back people said, what are you, crazy? What do you think, there's black helicopters? Black helicopters? Are you not paying attention to what's going on here? Are you serious? Are you serious? They resist reality. PrepareWithLionel.com. Emergency food. My Pillow. You know what people love right now? You're going to love this? Slippers. Right, honey? Slippers. Slippers. You see me slippers outside, it's because there's a fire. Or I'm running out and I've got inside are great, but oh, no. Indoor, outdoor. You want slippers? MyPillow.com, promo code Lionel. You want slippers? These things, they're going to wear them with suits. This guy's cornering the market on slippers. They sell more slippers than you can imagine. We live in a slipper world now. I'm telling you, what are those? It's the weirdest thing. Also, you need a new mattress? I always ask myself, how do these people, these mattress stores, how many mattresses can you sell a week? How long have you had a mattress? Most people have them for years. Get a topper. Mattress topper. It's like a whole new mattress at mypillow.com. Promo code Lionel. It makes sense. 2 more things. I'm not done yet. Your health. You keep thinking somehow, well, I feel okay. No. It doesn't work like that. Most people feel okay. You can talk to people who are 98 years old and go, I feel okay. How you feel is nice, but what's going on internally is a different story. And you need all the help you can get, and you don't eat right. Yesterday, I bought a whole bunch of kale. Went to the checkout. The girl says, "Is this kale?" She looked at me like, "You've ever seen kale before?" No. And I explained to her, I said, "You know why kale is important, right?" She never had kale. Never had it. None. Never had it. What about greens? You have green? No. I said, oh my God. Well, if you don't eat that, because it's not a health food. It's an important part. It's the bitterness is what you want. That's what it's about. Bitterness and the color. That's what protects you. But you're not eating that. So Z-Stack is a way to go. And there's a link there. You read this. I'm not gonna break your arm. It's up to you. You want to live forever? Well, you're not. But if you want to take every chance you take, Z-Stack makes the most sense. Vitamin C, quercetin, zinc, D3. Come on, stop it. And finally, this is my favorite. We'll get to this in a moment because I love this. I've been talking about EMPs, electromagnetic pulses, forever. Carrington class events. But when that thing flew over, see, the problem with satellites, you don't have, those things are moving fast and you have certain windows of opportunity and you got to be right there. But if you get a balloon, that thing just floats. It's right there. It's beautiful. It floats. Here we are. You and I in a little toy shed. EMP shield. Look at what they can do to protect you. Okay. Now I'm going to get that out of the way. Did you see Trump? I watched the Trump piece. Did everybody see that? Did you see it today? Anybody watch that? Did you watch it? Good. Did you watch it? Can you tell me how you watched it? What did you think? What did you think? And I know you're going to answer it the wrong way. What did you think? What did you think? This is what most people are going to say. Well, I liked it. Really? Yes, I liked it. Mrs. L and I watched it very, very, very carefully. How do you watch it? What did you watch it? What did you watch? What did you think? What do you... I thought it was so funny. First observation, I love this. I love style. The greatest style setter since Beau Brummel, I guess, is Gianni Agnelli, who was responsible for sprezzatura. Kind of a fashionable, disorganized, whatever. And Gianni Agnelli was the greatest, God, he's so good. He was at a Fiat and Playboy, but he did stuff that nobody... So everybody's got a style. Not your wardrobe, but your style. And Tucker has his 1980s preppy style. Khaki pants, loafers without socks, very yacht clubby, very Newport, so not today, but I mean classically, prototypical, the vines, and very preppy, very, it's something that, it's the last of a style you don't see. It's very interesting. Always the same. Khakis, loafers without socks. Ta-da. And anybody who wears those little peds, if you're going to wear loafers without socks and you're wearing little peds, are you kidding me? Either you're barefoot or you're not. What are you doing? Very interesting. Remember when he had the bow tie? Very interesting. Roger Ailes told him, lose that. And he did. And I thought part of his soul died. Remember, I don't care about your fashion. I want to know about your style. What's your style? And if yours is a, that middle-aged, that grandma style, that could be your style. Now let's talk about Trump. How did he do? I thought excellent. Excellent. Now, do I have things I can complain about? Of course. But that's not the point. How am I looking at this? What do I like? How do I think he did politically? What are you asking me? You ever see a restaurateur eat something? Watch this. Watch somebody eat. There's one thing that is a secret to all restaurant food. Remember, I'm telling you this. Tons of salt. Salt like you cannot believe. Believe me, there's a reason for it. There is a reason. Now, you might say, oh, I like this. Well, that's good. What I like to eat, it's not going to work in a restaurant. So you're asking me individually? You're asking me what I think professionally? How did Trump do? First thing about Trump. The man's Dorian Gray. He doesn't age. He doesn't age, and he doesn't have that look. Doesn't have that look. When somebody gets work, remember one thing. When you get work done, you can tell. Believe me when I'm telling you. You can tell. Your eyes look weird. Joe Tapioca, his lawyer, I didn't even recognize him. He's got the eyes like that. You know these terrible ones. Caitlyn Jenner, Michigan, Caitlyn. Kenny Rogers, Kenny Loggins. You've seen these. It's like, what happens? Simon Cowell, what is that about? What are you doing? You could have the best plastic surgeons. Trump doesn't have that. Best teeth job ever. His hair, it's his style. Forget the orange color. He does not age. It's 2016. I think he looks better. He does not age. It's the weirdest thing. And it's not surgery. I don't think it's a rigorous, style. He doesn't age. And because he wears the same suit, the same style, his style is very simple, he never ages. So that's number one. So when he's talking about Joe Biden, he's 76 years old. I think he's fantastic. And you can tell when somebody starts to lose their fastball. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? We got a relative in the family. All of a sudden, I get this call the other day. He says, yeah, did you call? I said, 3 weeks ago. Oh, okay. I said, well, maybe he's got it in his phone. Got a call again. You call? I said, ooh, it's happening. You know what I mean? That's number one. Trump is ageless. Dorian Gray. He's incredible. That's number one. Number two, I got to get this out of the way. Stop talking about yourself. The Trump agonistes, we know all about that. We know all about that. But here's what he did that is the most important. And I'm going to always tell you the truth. And people hate that. Just like that idiot, Jim Jordan, who basically is going to make he's elevating Alvin Bragg. Let me just say something about that. Listen to me carefully. Everybody and their mother said Alvin Bragg was a jadrul. What are you doing? Alvin, come on, stop it. Stop this. What are you doing? Let up. Let up. What are you doing? This is ridiculous. It makes no sense. Stop this. This is nuts. This is crazy. What are you doing? These charges are stupid. You didn't want to file it. You do file it. You got this criminal perjurer. I don't care whether you got a jail. Yeah, Trump will be convicted. Okay, fine. But this is really low rent. This is low rent. Even we're saying this. Okay? That's what was happening. Until the genius, Jordan, who just wants to just scream and yell. Now he's going after Alvin Bragg. And Alvin Bragg says, wait a minute. You have to respect, and he sued back, you have to respect the independence of a state prosecutor. And now all of a sudden people are saying, hey, wait a minute, Alvin Bragg's right. So whatever that momentum was, he just shifted back. Why? Because Jim Jordan's an idiot. idiota, jadrul, chidrula, a cucumber, a starura. What are you doing? What are you doing? And the people I know will say, well, he's right. You're an idiot. You're an idiot too. Why are you doing this? Why are you doing this? Trump was doing terrific. Trump says, is this right? Is this what you're... There were people that said, damn, this Trump sitting there in a state court saying, what is this? The optics were beautiful. He was doing great. Here comes Jim Jordan. I'll fix that. Thanks, Jim. Yeah, because I'm here about, I want to yell and scream with the dates. Jim Jordan loves the dates. Okay? So let's talk about this. I did something the other day which is the most important. As you know, I love elections. Politics, what I think is important, who cares? And frankly, what you think, who cares? Good, you like that? Terrific. So what? What good does that do? I don't know. That's not interesting. How do you work things? How do you market things? How do you sell things? Listen to what I'm telling you. The most important issue in the world today is to figure out why people think some things are interesting and some things aren't. Why people care about some things and some people not. Kellyanne Conway, who is a quisling, she's married or was married, I guess, to that lunatic George Conway and that evil spawn daughter. Remember that one? What is that all about? And by the way, time out on one thing. Stevie Van Zandt, good guy. Stevie, shut up. What are you doing? What are you doing, Stevie? Stay in your own lane. Stevie Van Zandt, good guy. Good guy, good guy. He's a good egg. And I thought he learned. Remember when he was burned with that Sun City business? Remember South Africa? And he tried to do... He's a good guy. This is not his stuff. Steve, this is not your thing. Your musical taste, garage band stuff, stay with what you know. Stay with what you know. Don't weigh into it. When you enter the political ring, remember, you're losing half your audience. So you got to ask yourself, why am I doing this? Why? Everybody knows you're in the music business. You're going to be a lefty. Okay, fine, I dig it. But don't, you know what I mean? You know who never says anything about anything? You know who's a genius? Mick Jagger. Mick Jagger is probably more conservative than you do. This guy's all about money. Guy's 80 years old. Come on, stop it. He and Mick and Keith, believe me, they're working on tours and money. They're not retiring. No, that's for our group. It's Wednesday. That's good. That's good, Toby. Wednesday. Okay, now listen. I'm telling you right now that I look at how things work. And I'm telling you forever, 3 groups of people. The people who hate Trump, people who love Trump, they're gone. Whatever you do. But in the middle, this is who I want to work on. Undecideds, independents, swing voters, and Gen Z. Gen Z and young. Biden and his people are so smart, they're setting up, and people, a lot of folks here are laughing at it. Oh, they're laughing at it. They think it's real funny. Oh, can you believe this? This is ridiculous. He has folks, young people, who are social media folks who are going to be in the White House. Brilliant. And the first rule, let me ask you something. How would you get Gen Zers? Don't tell me you don't need them, because if you say that, you're in the wrong place. You can go back to the, it's hump day crowd. You can go in that group. How do you get Gen Zers? Rule number 1, listen to them. Listen to them. Listen to what Gavin Newsom said. Listen to what they say concerns them. Some things they say they concern. But here's the thing, and this is why Trump did something last night, and I hope he pays attention. And if the Trump team is watching, I hope they're paying attention. Okay? He said something which was the most important. It was the most, you could cut everything else out. This is how I deal with people. What do you think is the issue that's most important to young people. Ask yourself this question. You're not going to get it. You think you are. You think it's the economy? No. Crime? No. Transgender? No. Enough. I'm so transgender. This Dylan Mulvaney, I'm so tired of this. Howard Stern, gee, I wonder why Kid Rock is so concerned. Howard, it's over. As a friend, it's over. Thank you for what you did, but you don't, what are you kidding me? And by the way, Kid Rock, idiot. Mike Tyson, love him, Mike. Dana, okay, you like that group? Fine. Kid Rock, shooting, please. Are you paying attention to what's going on? What's the number one issue? Come on. Climate change. Close. Dick Long, their future, close. Come on, be honest. Peace is the most important. Anne is on to something. Keep going. You're getting closer. Mom and Dad's being funny. Thank you. All of our Brit friends. No, they're not interested in that. Close enough. What is it? What is the issue? Gen Z, those kids don't work. LOL. Wrong. You're right about that, but no, we want them. They'll vote. They'll vote. Because last time they clobbered. They voted overwhelmingly for Biden in 2016 and in the midterms overwhelmingly. Come on, what is it? World War III? Stop it. Who said drummer? Thank you. A World War II. Eve of destruction, nuke war. Howie Brown takes the cake. Howie Brown. I am always asking my friend, always, I love you. I'm not interested in you. I'm not interested in people my age. I don't talk to people my age. I really don't. They bore the hell out of me. Recently, we're talking. And people think, for some reason, I know a lot about what's going on in the news. I know more than they do. One in particular, I've got two or three. Just these are my samples. What about nuke? What about this? What about nukes? What about Russia and China? What about nukes? Nukes? Yeah, what about that? Nukes. Next person. Just the other day, group of people. What about nukes? I said, do you know mutual assured destruction? Who? Mad? No. Who? Nukes. Nukes. They're thinking this. They're thinking this being incinerated. Now stop right there. You want to correct them? You want to? You want to tell them, oh, come on. What's the matter with you? You want to correct them? You want to listen to them? I don't care what people think. I don't care why they think. Can you imagine going to a psychiatrist? Hey, doc, I'm afraid of spiders. There's no spiders. That's stupid. No, excuse me. It's called a phobia. Deal with it. We know it's stupid. He knows it's stupid. You got to reassure, but you got to listen. Let me tell you what Trump did. What about AI? No, Trump, Gen Z doesn't care about AI, puberty blockers, Dylan Mulvaney. We've got friends of ours, bless their heart. I've got one. All she cares about are drag shows. That's it. And she's smart because in her particular group, that's all she cares about. Can you believe it? This is terrible. Why am I sounding like Bill Cosby all of a sudden? There's drag shows. I can't believe the drag shows. Our kids are... Okay, I'm not saying it's that important, but nobody's screaming and yelling about that. And the puberty block. Okay, I got that. Crime. Oh, crime. This is the ones. You let me talk to those Gen Zers and I will take it. Did you see how good Trump looked? Paternalistic. Sober. What was he talking about? China. Russia. Nuclear. He said he was talking about bringing over suitcase bomb. I haven't heard suitcase bomb. That was it. That was it. Keep it up. What was the greatest political advertisement ever. Ever. Or advertisement or advert for all of our UK friends. Hello. What was the number one greatest? I'll tell you right now. The daisy chain. Tony Schwartz. Tony Schwartz. Lived on 56th Street, from what I remember. I was supposed to meet him years ago, agoraphobic. Famous. Ran one time, Lyndon Johnson against Barry Goldwater. Simple. Simple. Elevator pitch, Madman, nukes. Barry Goldwater, nukes. That's it. What was that pitch, honey, for, what was it for Miami Vice? It was MTV and Cops? Yeah. What was that famous pitch? It was like MTV and Cops was Miami Vice. That's how they pitched it. Just very simple. Elevator pitch. That's it. Got it. Thanks. Got it. You got to be able to say something. Donald Trump, 76-year-old. What did they do? You just start talking to kids about nuclear. Show them this. And the first person who talks about it owns the issue. Because that means the first person who talks about it is saying, I'm going to prevent this. Not, I'm advocating this. Point it. You want to stop that? Don't vote for these people. Young people will say no more. They won't break it down. They'll say, no, wait a minute, hold it. What exactly did Joe Biden ever do to exacerbate the problem? No. They're going to say, thank you, appreciate it, that's it, got it, thank you. 10, 9, 8, that's it. Gavin Newsom can talk about anything he wants. Greta Thunberg and the water and that crazy Neil deGrasse Tyson and it's going to cover the Statue of Liberty. Shut up, get out of here. Dr. Strangelove, yeehaw, it's perfect. And Trump was magnificent. And Tucker, thankfully, sat like a potted plant, didn't say a word, which is pretty tough when you think about that, all the Dominion, those texts. He's crazy, I hate this, but okay. Trump was fantastic. Everything else, I don't care about. That was it. That's it. That's it. You get on this right away, and you start telling people, and you get some influencers, and you start paying attention, because that is your ticket. One issue. Nukes. They don't know what this means. They're scared. And what's better is, his line should be, you thought climate change was something? At least you got a climate. There is no climate in hell. There is no climate in incineration. It's perfect. That's the issue. And you can laugh at Gen Z all you want. I want them. I want Gen Zs. I want the LGB crew. I want African Americans. I want people of color. I want Latinos. I want Asians. I want everybody. And I want to go to each of them and say, you're not talking to you. And there's nothing better, nothing, than to go to somebody and say, they're playing you like a fool. You know that terrible call? Did you ever see that YouTube where somebody goes up, there's this kid, I don't know, it's probably a work, but he knocks on there's a ring bell and he says, listen, your wife's having an affair. There's a guy who parks down the street. He walks up, comes in the back. She's cheating on you. That's it. There's nothing worse than that. Say no more. You're being made a fool. You're getting the horns, the tarros, the cornuto. You're a cuckold. Okay? Hey, Gen Z, you're being played. They think they've got you. Do you know what's going on right now between China and Russia? How many times have you heard Putin mention nuclear weapons? This is what Trump said. Why? They're going to push him into an existential threat. Let me ask you a question. little bit of history. You know why Japan attacked the U.S.? They knew they were going to lose. Do you ever wonder why they did that? Did they think that Germany was going to help them? No. They knew from the beginning they were going to lose. They couldn't beat the U.S., so why did they attack us? Because we pushed them. We made it happen. Because of the embargo. We cut them off. You want to do that again? Not a good idea. You got that, America? You got that, young people? 10, 9, 8, boom. You want to let these people talk right now? They're telling you, you've got China. Let me explain this. Let me show you. My favorite picture of China, my favorite is their marching band. They scare me, and they've got French horns. The most precise lines you've ever seen. This is the band. You want to turn these people loose? In 1949, they were eating dirt. They're going to own the world. And they are so big and so huge and so massive. Right now, as we speak, ask somebody this. We're 332 million in this country. China population, 1.4 billion. 1.4 billion. China time zones. There's only one time zone in China. Wow, isn't that something? Remember Russia was like... Now, they don't understand Russia. They're not a part of this period. They're not into that whole Cold War, Boris and Natasha business. They don't get that. China, they do. Don't talk to them about, Iran or Iraq. They don't understand that. That's kind of local. I know what scares them. The reason why people are afraid of anything is because they don't know enough about it. When you talk to a kid who says, I'm afraid, why? I'm the boogeyman or whatever it is, they've not really thought about it. You mean somebody here, somebody outside, you mean somebody here, you mean where, you mean who are the boogeyman here? They've never thought about this. They don't know what the hell you're talking about. And the more you ask them questions, the more it will diffuse their fear, because you'll make them realize, I don't know what I'm talking about. So don't tell them too much. You give them the daisy chain thing, and that's your ticket. And that's it. Just talk to them about this. Once this goes, this is the one that gets me. Once it starts, you have to act immediately. Let me say that again. Always repeat the line that's the most important. Always repeat the most important thing you want to say. Let me say that again. Once this starts, that's it. You will have to retaliate. And you will retaliate in a variety of different ways. Submarines, land-based, and once you send it, you can't recall it. You might want to, but you are in no position to say, now hold it, hello? Yeah, did you mean to say, I don't know, I'm not sure about that. Did you mean that? We've come very close in the past. And there's another thing too, my friends. It's called eschatology. I wouldn't tell them, I'm telling you this. Eschatology, the end of times. And there are a lot of people out there, believe it or not, who think that the end of the world is prophetic, it is guaranteed, it is biblical, it will happen, and that there's nothing you can do to fix it. They believe that. The end of times, eschatology. And they say, well, whatever. It'll be Armageddon. It'll be the chance to, please don't take this the wrong way, some say the chance to reunite, to be elevated, the second coming, whatever it is. I'm not saying that is a majority of opinion, but there are some who say, so be it. I don't like that so be it. Not yet. And I would also love to say, and you think a 0.1 degree centigrade increase in temperature per year is catastrophic? Did you hear Trump talk about melting granite? I don't know. But the imagery. To liquefy stone. Do you know what this is unleashing the power of the universe. This is the universal cosmic glue. This goes right into, you can call it whatever you want, God, nature, and using it as a detonation feature, it's over. Done. Now, what does that mean? The person telling you this is not planning on doing it. It's the other people. Let me ask you something, my young friends. If we don't sit down and talk, and if we don't figure out what's going on, what I'm telling you is not going to be an impossibility. For years, people said, well, this isn't going to happen because we talked. But we're not talking now. People are going up and they're putting your thumb in your eye, and you're saying, that's the way it's going to be. And here's the best part. I don't know who's telling the president this. And this is the best part. Listen to me carefully. You always say, I think deep down inside, he's a good man. But I don't think he knows what's going on. And I don't think what they're telling him or what he is saying is in the best interest of the world. And I'm going to leave it at that. Do you ever hear him talk about that? No. Talks about other things. Talks about shootings, which are important. He talks about electric cars. Electric cars? I'm talking about maintaining the world. Sold. You own Gen Z. That's it. You also force the other side to now have to undo what you've done. No, wait. Hold it. He's wrong. And meanwhile, you're on to the next thing. And you hit him again. They sure got defensive. I'm trying to protect you and the world. Don't say things like, look, I'm not going to be here and my grandchildren. No. Make it uncomplicated. I don't want there to be a nuke. Simple. It's just simple as that. Because that's what Gen Zers think. Just like that. Now. Immediate. They're not good at thinking in the future. It's now. That's it. That was his genius last night. That was it. And let's see if he knows what's going on. Now, I'm going to tell you something right now. I'm going to pledge something to you. You follow me, all right? Because I care about, that's right, this is all we've got. This is it. We're in the visible universe. There are 2 trillion galaxies in the visible universe. And there might be 100 billion stars per galaxy. And I don't know how many planets there are. And we're just this little thing. This is all I care about. And then I care about this. And I know you're tired of hearing this. This is it. This is it. Without this, we're just, I don't know what we are. We're Canada. Nothing wrong with Canada, but I'm just saying, I don't know what we are. This is the thing that defines us. There are countries with constitutions. We have the oldest and the longest running. Italy's constitution is not as good as ours. This deliberately confounds the system by making it logjam and sluggish, and it makes change. It's so brilliant and confounding simultaneously. There are countries that have better written constitutions. I think China, I think Russia one time years ago. They sound great, but they're parchment rights, as they say. They're great on paper, but there's no way to enforce them. This provides the ability to enforce them. Oh, they went one step further. You know, when we go to Philly, I cannot tell you, it's a rough place, but when you see that Constitution Hall, oh my God, it's right there. It started right there. That's the thing. And we have the ability to enforce our Constitution. I'm going to leave you with that. So President Trump, you have the ability, my friend, to do something that nobody thought possible. You can be the second president since Grover Cleveland. Where's Brad Parscale? Whatever happened to him? Remember him, his Facebook genius who worked at You've got to understand, going on Tucker Carlson is great for people that you've already won. Doesn't matter. You might like that. Your Mar-a-Lago buddies might like that. Everybody wants to kiss your rear end. Go ahead. I'm not. I'm going to tell you the truth. You have an uncanny ability. You have a natural talent. But your message is dilute. Should be focused. You should be ready to go. You love this ultimate fighting stuff. You think they go out there and wing it? They memorize and they study their opponent. You know how it's done. All right, my friends. Think about this. Don't give up faith. And you better tell me right now, you're going to follow me at Lionel Legal. Tell me now. Lionel Legal. Tell me. Lionel Legal. That's the good stuff. Because there's a wonderful way of looking at it. There's legal, and there's reality, and there's political, and there's really understanding what's happening, not just the way everybody else is doing it. I'll leave it at that. Follow Mrs. L at Lynn's Warriors, LYNNS_Warriors. Protecting children. Also support her at lynswarriors.org. Okay? You got it? And I'm at Lionel Media. At Lionel Media on Twitter. That's it. It's all the information you need. Until tomorrow, my friends, same bad time, same bad channel, 8 a.m. Until then, Eastern time. Until then, remember, the monkey's dead. The show's over. Sue ya. That's it.